Hello everyone. Obviously earlier in the day I posted a status saying that if I got to 5 likes on said status, then I would make this video. And this video is my top 10 albums of 2016. And I'm a man of my word, so I'm here doing the video. So with all that said, let's go to the intro and hello! Hello everyone. I know it's been a couple of years since my last top 10 list. Definitely since my last top 10 albums list, because that was for 2014. The reason for that is that my old laptop was pretty much dead by the start of 2016. Thankfully, I have this fantastic new one, which it's amazing. I love it. I love it so much. Since I had no way to record any videos last year, well, videos pertaining to my albums of 2015 at least, I posted all my favourite albums of 2015 on my Facebook, complete with the album covers and just descriptions of them, so go check them out if you're up for it. There's a good chance a lot of you already have. Anyway, yes, 2016. What a really fucked up year it was. A lot of people died, a lot of really nice people. America got a new president in Trump. Brexit happened. And it was just generally awful. It's just been bad. Luckily, music is something that will always exist, so I'm going to extract all the face bombs I did because they kind of hurt. And I know that music is not the most important thing on the planet, but it does help. Also, it's kind of weird saying that considering that one of the series I do on YouTube is about music, so yeah. Before we get to the main list, I do want to get the honourable mentions out of the way, because there was more than just these 10, obviously. These are just the 10 I like most, so. Gore by Deftones, Countdown by The Casualty, Statues by Blackpink, Dissociation by The Dillinger Escape Plan, Exile by Thousand Foot Crutch, The Serenity of Suffering by Korn, Unleashed by Skillet, and SOAO, which stands for Suffer, Overcome and Recover, by Devour the Day. All amazing albums. So, let's actually start the proper list itself. These are my top 10 favourite albums of 2016. Let's get this on like Donkey Kong getting pissed at a Christmas party at New Year's. A Christmas party at New Year's, yeah. So we start with the list with one of the bands that actually did an episode of Backtracking 4 last year. It's not the only band from my Backtracking series of 2016 to be on the list, but we will burn and cross that bridge when we get to it. Yes, we'll do both at the same time. Anyway, my number 10 album of the year is Earthbound by Barry Tomorrow. It's their 4th album, and is some of their best work, just honestly. There's no concept to it because that was the band's thing up until this point, and they're just having fun, and a byproduct of that definitely shows in the album's overall sound. It's darker and more serious than the previous stuff, which is weird to say because they are having a lot of fun with it, you can hear it, and there's just amazing guitar work, solos, riffs, great drumming, great bass work, and the fantastic vocals of Danny Winterbait and his amazing screaming, and Jason Cameron's really downplayed clean vocals. He should sing more, in my opinion. There's really not much else to say that I can say here that I haven't already said in the episode of Backtracking, so shameless plug, go check it out. There's just much stronger songwriting at play here, the production is fantastic, and Earthbound could be the album that changes Barry Tomorrow from an underrated metalcore band into one of the best modern metal bands right now, if not one of the best British bands going. Standout songs from the album include the title track, Cemetery, The Burden, and the amazing song, actually 4, and the fantastic Last Light, which is probably my favourite Barry Tomorrow song ever. Check Earthbound out, it's worth a listen, it's worth your attention. It's their best work to date, and they still have amazing, they still have plenty of good years ahead of them, so why not look forward to them? Sometimes releasing an album a year after a previous one can be seen as a bad thing. Some would see it as a bit rushed and just something that a band wants to put out there for the sake of putting something out there. That's not the case for my 9th album of the year, which is Echoes by Young Guns. Coming out only 1 year after the abysmally boring Year Ones and Zeros, seriously, I did not like that album. Echoes actually does a good job of making you forget just how terrible Young Guns' last album was. Ugh, that was too harsh, but I don't care. But it does a really good job of that indeed, balancing more rock elements this time around and being some of their heaviest stuff since Bones and their debut. Young Guns continue to establish themselves as a solid band in Britain's modern rock scene, despite long-time drummer Ben Joliffe, I think I'm pronouncing that right, leaving prior to the album's release. Pardon me, that burp was not scripted. Nothing loses any speed here. The riffs are solid and fun, the rhythm section is great, and Gustav Wood's vocals have a better range and balance to them. They just sound much more natural as well, as does his lyrical work. Standout songs include Bulletproof, Mad World, Paranoid, and might stand out in the more space rock style Mercury and Retrograde. Even the title is space rocky. Give Echoes a blast, I'm sure that you'll enjoy it. It's Young Gun's most balanced release yet, and it's definitely worth a run through in my book. When it comes to pop punk, it's rare that a band can put a fresh new spin on it in such a unique way. It's very evident in my 8th album of the year, Nothing I Write You Can Change What You've Been Through by Trash Boat. Yes, I know, it's another British band, which makes its entry just all the more memorable. See, British pop punk can be, in my opinion, kind of messy. It all depends on how the band performing said genre approaches it, and with their debut full length, Trash Boat approach it and embrace it in a brilliant way. Lead vocalist Toby Duncan has such a great croon to his voice that helps shape the band's overall sound. Guitarist Dan Bostock and Ryan Hislop provide amazing riffs. James Grayson's bass just sounds amazing, and the drumming of vocally Moffat just sounds like a great backbone. As I've said, drumming is the backbone to most bands. Oakley definitely provides that in full. It's an amazing album, the production sounds way off the charts for a debut, and it's really impressive from a British pop punk band debuting their first full length. It's amazing. Standout songs include 11, that's the name of one of the songs, Brave Face, How Selfish I Seem, Strangers, and my favourite tune and Things We Leave Behind. In short, listen to Nothing I Write You. It's a great debut from a band that's just going to continue to get better. I have faith in that. And finally, a not British band on my list. This time we head over to Japan, the land of the rising sun. Despite being known for being Japan, it's also responsible for my 7th favourite album of 2016, in The Beautiful People by SIM, which stands for Silence Is Mine. I've been listening to this band for a couple of years now, and there's just something about them that I can't help but love. They have this weird hardcore punk sound at their roots, and effortlessly mix it with elements of indie, reggae, metal, and dubstep. They're kind of like the Japanese version of Skindred, in a way. Mars' vocals sound amazing, as do his lyrics. Shohei's guitar playing is always fantastic, since bass is nice and slappy, happy slappy, if you will, and Godrew's drumming just keeps getting better and better. Yes, these are all the band's stage names. I choose to believe they're stage names. I don't think I've heard a band that just sound as individual as these guys in a long time. They just each have their own unique flavours that they bring to the table, and they can keep up with their constantly changing style, pulling everything off so effortlessly. Nothing is ever the same with them. Standout songs include Existence, Crows, Dance in the Dark, Gunshots, Life is Beautiful, and my favourite song in Abel and Cain. Very, very religious. Give The Beautiful People a listen or two. It's worth it, even with the constant shifts and changes. It keeps you guessing, though. That's a good thing. Next up, we head from Japan to Canada. What a distance that must be, eh? Sorry. Anyway, Canada has given us many great things, such as Vanos, Methi Centauro, Bacon, and a reason to smile in general. It's just a nice place. But better than all of that is the amount of great music that comes from there, with the exception of a few artists, and my number 6 album of the year is a great example of that. It's Billy Talent with Afraid of Heights. Despite the fact that it took way too damn long to arrive, with it being 4 years since Dead Silence, it just made the wait more worth it. Billy Talent have been around for a long time now, so for them to still put out solid music over a decade going now is a feat in and of itself. Ian's guitar, John's bass, Ben's vocals, and temporary drummer in the always awesome Jordan Ratbeard Hastings, best known for his work on Alexis on Fire, make for a great 5th output from the band. Or 6th if you count the Pez days, which nobody does, ever. Favourite songs from the album for me personally include Big Red Gun, Louder Than the DJ, the title track, The Crutch, and my favourite song in February Wins. It's just a really, really nice and somber track. And obviously the production is fantastic. Ian's riffs stand out, as does John's bass. John is a great bassist in my opinion, and Ratbeard does a great job on the drumming. The album itself definitely wants your attention and just sounds awesome. Also, I hope that Aaron, their actual drummer, gets well soon from his multiple sclerosis. We miss you, buddy. We hope that. I wish you a speedy recovery, at least. I'm sure many people do. So, when a band is around for a short time yet puts out amazing albums and nobody tells me about it, I get a little bit mad. I've always wanted to try this particular band out. I just never did. And I took a chance, and I'm glad I did, in 2016. I stumbled across my number 5 pick this way, with Dark Matter by The Word Alive, completely by accident. I just heard the song Suffocating, which is the first song I've heard by them, and just fell in love with the album. From what I've heard, it embraces more of an ambient, almost spacey sound, which actually fits the band's metalcore/hardcore style really well. Tyler Telly Smith is an amazing vocalist, with some of the best range I've ever heard in both his amazing clean singing and heavy fry shrieking. Freudreeking should not sound that good, but Frame it just sounds so effortless. It's not necessarily too Freud, but still. Zach Hansen and Tony Pizzuti put together some great riffs on their axes. Daniel Shapiro's bass provides a great groovy backdrop, and Luke Holland, who's left the band as of writing this, provides some amazing work behind the kit. Because of course he does. He's Luke fucking Mothering Holland. Standout songs include Suffocating, Trapped, Select, Grunge, and my favourite, In Made This Way. Gives Dark Matter a spin. It just might surprise you with how good the band is. I'll definitely be listening to more of their stuff soon, so look out for that. I might do a backtracking episode of them. Screw it. Good as Me Attack Attack were bad. The American band one, I mean. There was a British band who were a little better with the same name, but they weren't better by much. Thankfully, longtime member and lead vocalist of the American Attack Attack, Caleb Shomo, has since moved on to way better things. Case in point, my number 4 album of 2016, Aggressive by Beartooth. Oh yes. See, I was somewhat reluctant to give these guys a shot when they first started, but a friend of mine named Scott Powell, who I'll thank personally, one day I hope, told me to listen to their debut album, Disgusting, which came out in 2014, before I listened to Aggressive. I did, and Disgusting is an amazing album. So is Aggressive. I'm fully convinced that Caleb Shomo can't write a chorus that is not catchy. By the way, I would like to list all the band members, but it's pretty much just him. He plays all of the instruments, so doing all of the riffs, all the guitar solos, even though there isn't any, all the guitar stuff, all the drumming, all the bass work, that's all on him, as is the lead vocals, the backing vocals, gang vocals, and production, all him. And he does such a great job on all fronts. He's an amazing songwriter, and he just keeps putting out quality music. And he's younger than me by a few months, so he's got plenty of great years ahead of him. I wonder what that says about me. Anyway, favourite songs include the title track, Hated, However You Want It Said, The Amazing Closer and King of Anything, and my standout song in Rock Is Dead. Aggressive is an amazing follow-up to one of the best hardcore punk albums I've ever heard, and in some places it even surpasses Disgusting. So give it a go right now. In contrast to the previous two bands that I just mentioned, this one has been around for a really, really long time, and not one person on my friends' Facebook list, on my Facebook friends list, recommended them to me. I completely listened to this album of my own volition, and damn it, am I glad that I did. My number 3 album of the year is Low Teens by Every Time I Die. The band's got this odd blend of metalcore, hardcore punk, and southern rock, for some reason, which is very much their bread and butter to the point of being the entire loaf and an actual cow. But Keith Buckley is an amazing vocalist, and his lyrics are some of the best I've heard ever. His brother Jordan lends a good riff on the guitar, as does fellow guitarist Andrew Williams. Daniel Davidson makes for a great bass worker, and Stephen McKeisha, I have no idea if I'm saying that name correctly. Drummer, really, really good, really, really awesome. All the instruments sound great, the production is top notch, but it's Keith Buckley's vocals that caught my attention the most when I listened to the album. I'm going to have to listen to more of these guys soon. Standout songs include Fear and Trembling, 1977, Petal, I Didn't Want to Join Your Stupid Cult Anyway, yes, there's an actual title, and my favourite, In the Coin Has a Say. Odd song titles aside, which is kind of a thing for hardcore bands, mostly, the album itself is rather brilliant. There's this constant flow that just sounds so damn good, and the mishmash of sounds keeps you on your toes ready for more. It just works so well. Listen to this album the next chance you get, it's absolutely amazing. Okay, well, this is the point in the list where I'm going to get some backlash. It was a very, very, very hard choice between this and my number 1 pick. I agonised, I fought inwardly with myself over it time and time again, but I eventually came to the decision that, like most lists I've made, and like most top 10 and top whatever lists that anyone makes, I rank these albums based on how much I like them, as well as how good I personally think that they are. So, as good as number 2 is, it just didn't quite match my number 1. Step right up, All Our Gods Have Abandoned Us by Architects at number 2. Believe me, I wanted this to be number 1. So badly. I even did an episode of backtracking on these guys, once again also recommended by my good friend Scott Powell. And I liked making that episode, it's one of my favourites. It was a very, 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 very hard choice between this and number 1, but don't get me wrong, I fucking love All Our Gods Have Abandoned Us. I love the album so much. The riffs, the writing, the drumming, the vocals, the bass, the production, all fantastic. Very, very, very good. Damn near perfect, in my opinion. But then again, it's my opinion. So, my opinion about this being number 2 of the year really shouldn't matter all that much. I love it so much, but I had to make a choice. Also, rest in peace, Tom Sewell. I miss you, I really do. Standout songs from the album include Gone with the Wind, The Empty Hourglass, Nihilist, Death Wish, and my standout track and the last track on the album, and probably my favourite song by them, the absolutely gut-wrenching and heartbreaking Memento Mori. Listen to all I got of Banditus. Just do it. That's all that I need to say, and that is all that I can say. So let's move on to number 1. So, now that I've got number 2 out of the way, and I'm fully waiting all of the hatred comments on YouTube/Facebook, which may not happen considering how small my overall audience on YouTube is, and how few people actually watch these videos on Facebook, it's time to move on to my number 1 album of 2016. As I said, it was a very close toss-up between this and All I Got. In fact, if this album did not exist, I would not have put it on the list, because it wouldn't have existed, but also, well, because it wouldn't have existed. It wouldn't have existed. Third time's a charm. But yeah, All I Got would definitely have been number 1. But alas, this album does exist, and this album is If I'm the Devil by Let Live. The album just transcends everything that the band has ever done. If All I Got elevates the art of metalcore, then If I'm the Devil does the same for hardcore punk. There is just so much creativity at work here, and it all sounds amazing. Sure, people say that it's not as heavy as their old stuff, but who cares? The album just sounds great. Many of the songs sound like sequels to those found on the previous album, The Black is Beautiful, and I can hear those similarities, and I love that album too. But I also hear the band elevating themselves as musicians and as people. Jason Bullett's vocal delivery is always astounding, as is his rather fantastic poetic lyricism. The guitar riffs of Jeff Sayun are brilliant, even though Jean-Francisco Nascimento, missing him does kind of take away an element from it, but still good. Ryan J. Johnson's bass has always had this amazing technicality to it, and Lonnie Robinson's drumming provides some amazing grooves and a fantastic backdrop to the album's sound. Standout songs include Good Morning America, A Week Ago, Foreign Cat Brinds, and other offensive songs, the brilliant closer in Copper Color Choir, and my favourite song, the title track. The album does have its heavy moments, but its main selling point, in my opinion, is the passion behind every song. You just get this sense of feeling that the band love what they do, despite the behind-the-scenes stuff they were going through. They did have some squabbles, obviously, but at the end of the day, they came out with a risky but brilliant album. And here's hoping that there's more work by them soon. And so, that's it for my top 10 albums of 2016. Hopefully I didn't piss too many people off with my top 2 choices. I would ask you not to judge me on my opinion or judge others, but if you're on the internet anyway, then you're probably thinking of 10 things that I did wrong about this list, because they're not the way that you would do them. To which I say, that's completely fine. I'll do me, you do you, boo-boo. And I'll just keep doing what I do. So I'll see you folks next time for whatever comes out first. Could be a UFC review, could be the Star Backtracking Season 2. Actually, no, it's going to be the top 10 albums, top 10 fights of 2016. As soon as I write it. So, I'll see you all then. Take care. Bye bye. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.